Hi, welcome. My name is Natalia, and today I want to do a little one video. It's more about the tarot perspective or the way we see normally cards. I was thinking about this, about the way we normally think about stories and being, the being or not the main character. It's not about the topic, oh, you have to be or not the main character of your life. The thing is, sometimes when we think about cars, we tend to put ourselves in the perspective of the central character. The central is part of the story. So I want to share one or two cards that for me, we can see. We normally use the original meaning. Maybe I could look for them before to start the video. Sorry. And yeah, and one of the cards for me is the Seven of Wands, but I can find it now. So I think when we think of cards, we tend to always use one of the characters that is in the center, and especially when we read for ourselves, but sometimes when we read for other people, we do the same thing too. I mean, if you see this card, normally people associate this card when this character, when being against the wall, against the something, people is have to struggle with something, and you have to be strong, or maybe it's about patience, it's being about protecting yourself, can be about so many things, but sometimes it's more about this character, the way he has to act in this situation. But some things happen, they are happening in my country, make me think that sometimes you can be one of these ones. I mean, this character is against very much all everybody against, no? So he is not with the rest of the people. He is more up than the rest of them, and they look like we don't see them here. We don't know. I know some other decks they show other people fighting against this character, so we don't know what is going on here and what this fight is actually happening. And sometimes we can think that, okay, this character is right and this one are the problem. But what happens is this is otherwise. What is if you are one of these characters and you have something or someone that is actually trying to make you feel continue being down here, and they don't let you to go up in the mountain with them. So maybe this can be about power too. And I think when we think about cards, sorry, uh, this is different because you can be whatever you want to be in this story. You can be someone that started the fight, someone that is trying to stop the fight, maybe someone that actually doesn't know what is going on, what people is fighting, and maybe what you can be the victim of, or you can be someone that is just he didn't want this, or maybe he did some, or maybe she did something to make it worse. That is the beautiful of these kind of these stories. And here you can be maybe the lion or maybe her, but doesn't matter. The energy is the same in this card, but the way if you change the character that you are here, it can change the way you see this card. So I think in this one it's more easy because you have only two characters, and normally people is when thinking this card, thinking the two ways of the meaning of the card. But with some others, I don't see or hear too many versions of or different interpretations of these cards, especially when it's seven of wands. And I know that you can maybe you learn the meaning of the card because someone teach you and that was okay, or you read a book, or you watch a video on YouTube, or whatever you're doing to know more about tarot. You never stop doing it. Even when you have a meaning of every card, the truth is that cards are alive like you. If you are there, you're reading the cards, the way you read the story is part of the meaning. It's not only about what the card's original meaning had, it's about what you can add to that. It's not that it's going to mean something completely different, but you can have more versions of the same meaning, of the same way to see them. And I'm going to end with this. I think in this card you can be one of them. You can be the Tower that is still trying to maintain herself in it, or you can be the Light, the Storm. What is, in some situations, you can be who is broken or break the tower. So it's a way to see it. I have a tarot deck that I don't normally use to read, but I think it's beautiful in the way you can see the characters in different lights. I mean, this is beautiful. I don't use it. I don't think it's a deck that I don't. You can use it for reading for yourself or for or whatever. I love it in the way that makes me think different. Look at this tower. That is what I'm trying to say with the other one. You can be this. And I love this Six of Wands because I like the idea of being one of these ones or this character. It's what you choose to be in the story. What it matters. You can change the story if you are in different positions. So this is not a deck. I'm not going to show you all the deck because it's not about that. It's not about the deck. It's about trying. If you don't need different decks to do this, and maybe you can see different interpretations of the cards for internet or whatever you want. But I think it's interesting to do that. And I think a way to do this is what I said in the other video. Maybe you can do meditation with the cards and trying to put yourself in this scenario of the card, the scenery, and play with it, be in the different characters, continue the story. I know some decks did that trying to like put something between every card. I don't like the idea because I like being who is doing that. I like the idea of what is not there in the card is something that I had to add, and if someone did it for me, I think it's boring. But it's an option too, to know, to think why we are in this situation and what is going to happen after. So just different options. I hope you enjoyed this little one and see you soon in another video. Goodbye.